Wayne's World, party time, excellent. Good evening, License-a-thon. I am your host for the final run of the evening, Wayne Ritzblues Campbell, and joining me as always is my good friend, Garth Shaq Algar. Party on, Wayne. Party on, Garth. Alright, so we're going to be playing through all of the cutscenes for Wayne's World here. So we'll go ahead and get started in 3, 2, 1, go? Maybe? Yes, okay. Party time, excellent! It's Friday, it's 9:53. It's time to party. I'm your excellent host, Wayne Campbell, and this is Garth. Party on, Wayne. Party on, Garth. And now, I think it's time for an extreme close-up. Whoa! Whoa! Okay, now we're going to present top 10 worst video games we played at Noah's Arcade earlier this week. 10, Regarding Henry, the video game. 9, Bix World of Goop. 8, Adventures of the Potato People, Where's Our Stuff? 10, Toxic Timmy, the Nuclear Knob. 6, Sputnik the Bull Weevil. I thought Sputnik was kinda cool. Not. 5, Gord's Funtime Checkers. 4, Supersonic the Lime Tick. 3, Toxic Timmy 2, I'll Waste You All. 2, Slob and Goober. And our number 1 worst video game this week is Xantar the Gelatinous Cube. It really sucked. It was pale. It was Bucket. Yeah, we were just playing a game of Xantar, saving medieval villages, and then kaboom! There was a loud explosion and a flash of blinding light. Suddenly, Garth and I were pulled inside the video game world by a mysterious and unknown force. Yeah, and it felt really oogie, too. Just like the Twilight Zone, it was enough to make me want to spew. Anyway, we digress. We were standing around inside this video game when suddenly this pulsating purple appendage grabs Garth and takes him away. It was creepy. There I was, alone in the twisted video game reality of Kramer's Music Store. My head was the size of the Mirthmobile, and Garth was gone. Alright, so Wayne's World, action platformer released in 1992 or 1993 for the Super Nintendo. I think there's also a version for the Genesis, but I can't verify that exactly. It's pretty bad. It's fairly difficult. Wayne is enormous. The enemies on the screen shoot you from off the screen and come from all kinds of weird angles, especially the kazoos. The first level, I'm not joking when I say this, is without question the hardest level. Curve, it does kind of level out in around the middle, around World 3 or so. But the second world is way easier than the first world. Okay. You want to carefully jump. Nope, okay. Don't get hit by the last hit. Cool. So one of the worst aspects of this game, there's the first level done, hey, we got Garth. Oh, maybe not. Is that the end of the stage can actually damage you, and if you're low enough on health, it can kill you. And hopefully that doesn't happen during this run. Stage 2, more of the music store. Now we get a few extra obstacles in it. So aside from the bagpipes and the accordions and the one-man bands, and of course the kazoos, we're going to get falling guitars added to the mix. So we have to be kind of particular about routing to make sure we're not walking too fast and running face first into a falling guitar. You can actually hear them screeching off at the bottom of the screen. So I actually triggered a couple of them early, which would normally be in the way right about here, but they're gone. I also really love some of the obnoxious sounds that you hear in this game, like the kazoos, and there's a particular weapon I'll be picking up that you guys are going to love. So there's one guitar that we can actually just run right past, no problem. So Wayne's jumps are actually fairly precise. Like if you press the button for like a short amount, you get a small amount of response. You can actually extend Wayne's jump by like letting go of the button and then pressing it again to get a little bit more out of it. That way you get more horizontal, less vertical, which is pretty nice. So when heading from right to left, you can't run underneath the guitars that hit you. But if you run from left to right, you're not slowed down by anything. You can completely ignore them. So there was a ballistic marionette right there that tried to shoot me. Also, the other thing that's really difficult about this game is the air shots that you can do with Wayne. There is about a 3/4 of a second delay between when you hit the button and when the shot actually comes out. Get by those guys there. And we're just going to tank our way through the rest of the stage now. So this is the end of 1-2, much easier than 1-1. And we saved Garth. Or maybe not. 1-3 is our last maze stage of World 1 of the music store here. And right off the bat, we've got harder enemies. The cellos will snipe you from off the screen. I should not have hesitated. There we go. And then we've got these guys. If you're fast, you can actually just jump right over them and not even worry about getting hit by their shot. Here we're going to bait out that clarinet so we can jump over safely. And we're going to do our first bomb attack here, the swing! Which I guess is not really culturally appropriate anymore. Needless to say, though, it is the best power-up in the game, and we save those for all of the boss fights, because you can significantly cut down the amount of time you spend fighting the boss by doing that. I'm gonna kill this guy. A little low on health, so I'm going to be very cautious for the last segment of this level. There's a lot of opportunities for the game to troll you, like this guy. Thankfully, there's one more health up right here. Because we used the bomb earlier, this bottom path is now clear. And just be on the safe side here. There we go. Up here. Shots. Good. So we're pretty much done with those saxophone mortars. Now we just have swing, which I didn't mean to pick up. We'll grab the extra life there. Cool. One thing to note, whenever Wayne is running or moving from one side to the other, like if he's going left or right, you can see a nice little green pixel on his lower lip. Now you can't unsee it. You're welcome. Alright, now we're at the first boss of the music store here. And I'll give you 3 guesses as to what it is, and the first 2 don't count. If you guessed cybernetic alien guitar, you were correct. Congratulations. If you didn't, how could you not have noticed? So, the worst part about this boss fight is the fact that you have to jump to hit him, and as I mentioned before, there's a delay in like when you shoot when you're in the air. He can still damage us, by the way. He just did 3 points of damage to me. Now I gotta be very careful not to hit. Even when the boss is dead, they can still hurt you. We did it! Or not. We finished the stage on the right half of the screen here to make Garth leave this stage just a little bit faster. But now, what everybody came for, the cutscenes. So close, yet denied. Yeah, but you sure wailed against that guitar monster. I truly laid down some excellent riffs. But the purple thing got me. Overall, I thought the bagpipes sucked haggis, and that the kazoos were my dweebiest of my many adversaries. Well then, what took you so long to find me? Because you're a dweeb. Yeah, well, you're dweeb-esque. You're majorly dweebish. You're in the style of the dweeb. You're a dweebathon. You're dweeb-like. You're a dweeborama. You have simulated dweeb look. You're a dweeboid. You're dweebed. You're a dweebtician. You're bedweebed. You're dweeb squared. You're dweebticious. You're dweeb infinity. You're just dweeby. But now for a shameless plug for my movie. I was moved by the dramatic dark screen pauses. Thank you, Garth. Now let's get back to our story. Garth was snatched away before my very eyes. I felt alone, demoralized. I was one man facing a sticky terror of purple tyranny. It was a perfect time to contemplate life over a mound of sugar pucks and coffee over at Stan Mikita's Donuts. Or so I thought. Dweebathon, yep. No, that's the hour that it was for License-a-thon tonight. Welcome to Stan Mikita's Donut Shop. The easiest levels in the game. Pretty much just run in a straight line in like most parts of the stage, which is great.
Excellent. Excellent. Excellent.
So once we get to this part, it's pretty much walk to the right, drop down, walk to the left, drop down, repeat. There's not a lot of meat to this stage. So instead, we'll talk a little bit about like kinds of things you'll find in this stage. It's a little simpler design. We get our typical whammy bar power up and our F string. I haven't talked a bit about the power ups at this point. So we have in the top left, we've got our F. That's our rapid fire. It's our auto fire. When you get hit, it drops from F to A. And then if you get hit again, it goes away completely. F is auto fire and triple speed. A is semi-auto and manual, but twice the speed, right? And then without it, it's just your basic attack speed. We don't need any of those power-ups, and most of them are not going to carry through to the next stage anyway. And that's the end of stage 2-1. Not too difficult at all. But once again, we miss out on guard. The up arrows are the swing bombs, which I talked about earlier for level 1. We have the grease monsters. They shoot at you, but they hide, kind of like the Boo from Mario, which is kind of handy if you know how to manipulate it. Now we turned it up to 11. Here's Mr. Donut Head Man. The 11 is the strongest attack in the game. I think it's like 8 damage a hit or something like that compared to your basic attack. And to time that air shot and not jump too high, otherwise we start the level all over. Would be a disaster. Got him.
Excellent.
Sometimes I intentionally avoid health power-ups, the little thumbs up, just because it pauses the gameplay for a few frames every time you pick one up. And it's the only power-up that does it. Like, I don't think I think the swing might do it. That's about it. And I've got plenty enough health to tank my way through this. Puffjack, that line is actually from Night at the Roxbury, another SNL production. Very similar vibe in the car, and there is actually a kind of cool like flash video that has kind of a SNES graphics representation of the characters doing exactly what you're thinking. So yeah, that's Stan Mikita's Donut Shop. Next up is the boss fight. The hardest part of the boss fight is phase 0, which is getting to the boss.
Excellent.
Every time we go to a boss fight, except for like one of the stages, we always go left first. The important thing though is this right here. This will ruin my day. If I grab it. Here we go. We're safe. Alright, we did it. I'm gonna cross over to the other side here. Turn around, hold auto fire. And then we're gonna swing. And that's the quick kill. Hooray! Oh hey look, a piece of donut on the floor. Right here. Under my feet. And now it's gone. So that was Chapter 2, Stan Mikita's. Hope you guys enjoyed. We got more important things, though, to eat than eating donuts. We gotta rescue Garth. But before we do that, more delightful cutscenes! I'm glad you wasted that giant day-old donut. It was a donut dweeb. Man, they really like that word. Yeah, I thought it was gonna spew all over me. I'll never look at sugar pucks the same way again. I thought it looked scary. You were really teeny, kind of like Honey, I Shrunk the Wayne. And now for another stupendous scene from my excellent movie. Watch for a cameo appearance. I like how you can't even see his face, it's just so blurred. Pardon me, do you have any mustard? Of all the scenes for them to pick from the movie, this is one of them. It's really hard to squint while holding a pose like that, by the way. I thought your performance had Oscar potential. Not. I'm mortified. I'm tarnished. Wait a second. Time for some crisis management affirmations. I'm not a dweeb. Heather Locklear digs me big time. I am not a tool. Monkeys might fly out of my... But wait, I can't say that here. Monkeys might fly out of me as if I believe and visualize them to do so. I am worthy. I am worthy. Speaking of Oscar performances, who's the best Academy Award-winning actor who won and then disappeared? I don't know. It was F. Murray Abraham. He was brilliant. Did you know he played a grape in the Fruit of the Loom commercial? Speaking of purple squishy things, maybe we better get back to explaining about the video game. Good call, Garth. After we were snatched away from Stan Mikita's, I thought I'd head over to the gasworks to blow off some steam. Music really wails there, and it's always a bait fest. So now the difficulty curve ramps right back up again. The gasworks stages are incredibly difficult. Stacy alert! Oh no! Oh no, it's Stacy! Ah! I made eye contact! Not worthy! We're not worthy! We're not worthy!
Excellent.
Man, I remember those Fruit of the Loom ads. They were pretty funny.
Excellent. Excellent.
Alright, so, yeah, Stacy's are the least of our worries in these stages. Actually, the worst enemies in the game are well, okay. There's a lot of bad enemies here. Like, the enemies in World 1 are kind of bad. The enemies in World 2 are not that bad at all. The enemies in this world are all really bad. They're either really slow, they either hit you hard, they get in the way, they're hard to hit. Like, you know, pick your poison. Stacy's projectile is incredibly difficult to dodge. I went the wrong way. It happens. We need to go to the right. That's very important in this stage that I pick up as many swing arrows as possible. Hi, Stacy. There's also these little cockroaches that appear that I'm killing before they even get on the screen. They might look a little bit like Stacy on the face, I don't know. But they say hi, Wayne, but accelerated about like 10 times faster than normal. Alright, so don't mute the stream if you call yourself a License-a-thon fan. Because this is the best power-up in the game. It's the Seeker. It lags the screen like crazy, and it makes the best noise you've ever heard. Music, sweet music to my ears. It also makes dealing with things like these cockroaches that are like way down at the bottom of the screen that you normally can't hit easier to hit. Same thing with disco balls and things like that. So I always want to get to this little part with 2 health or more, because if I don't have any, sometimes you get hit here. This is one of the biggest offenders for killing you at the end of the stage.
Excellent.
Alright. So we have the Seekers, we have 4 swing bombs, we need 2 more for the boss.
Excellent.
And any others we pick up on the way are great. That's the worst power-up in the game, the triple shot. It sounds terrible, it works terrible, and it deals less damage than a basic shot, and it shoots slower.
Excellent.
There's almost no reason to use it. We will not be seeing it. Yeah, I'm sure there's no, like, OSHA violations with a place called Gasworks. You know, open pyrotechnic bumps and burners every 5, and I just grabbed the worst power-up in the game. Hooray. That's okay. You get to see it. It's fine. We don't actually need it for anything. It's just I hate using it. It sounds so bad. Like, it's the opposite. It's like the silencer, as opposed to the delightful noise that other things make. We'll take the 11, why not? He's like, not hit by you? Alright. I'd rather have the 11 than the spread, that's for sure. Although I think I can pick up a spare pretty close by for the homing shot. Alright, I actually have to aim. There we go. So there's the spare homing shot up there. Oh, come on. So trying to land perfectly on these and actually like get the air time you need to bounce high enough to land on that platform is very tight. The window is extremely difficult. So now we're going to run all the way over here and then big drop. Yeah, all those side paths, complete and total waste of time. Actually, if there's a power up? No, there's not. Just want to make sure I'm not missing a critical power up there. Jump around. There we go. Okay. So we're coming up on the most dangerous little gauntlet of stage 2 here, which is this spot, which is why I always use the swing bomb there to take out the disco balls. The disco balls are bad because they can shoot you from a completely different height from you, and your only option is to either blow them up with a bomb, or jump at them, or use Seekers. Not all of which are available at all times. That's the end of 2-2. Or 3-2. We're really looking at. The worst level, though, is definitely 3-3. And that's because we have these lovely enemies that are coming up right here. Anybody want to guess in chat what they're called? The lovely orange gentlemen who seem to do a thing back and forth. blue darts are exactly the same as the yellow darts. They're just faster. I should not have swung there. I should have just taken the damage boost. Or go to change the title. Up to the runner. Thank you, FF Racer. Alright, those guys are called bouncers because they bounce around. Hooray. They are honestly like each one of them is like a mini boss. And they bounce a little too much in to actually make it past them.
Excellent.
Like you can't just run past them, unfortunately. So you have to kill them either with shots or you can damage boost if you have enough health. But health's a little tight right now, so... Interestingly, if you're on a different height than them, they won't jump. But if you're on the level where they land, they will jump. Oh yeah, I thought that was a different jump. Come on. Gotta shoot that guy before I climb it. We have Gene Simmons flamethrowers there. They will take like 3 health, or they'll damage you on every frame, or something like that. So you gotta be very careful when dealing with them.
Excellent.
Okay. I think I have 1 extra swing. I do. So that's an intentional damage boost. I'm just gonna carefully go through here, deal with the glam rockers, jump that pit because it's a huge time waste. Here's our last and well-placed swing. Perfect. Alright, so that's the end of 3-3. Have plenty of health. We're good. I wonder if we're going to take that hit. Nope. I'm not lying when I say that the game will damage you at the end of stages. It might happen at the end of stage 4-1.
Excellent.
So, it's the 90s. You know, we're at a club. Thanks for the good luck, Crazy Tone Dog. We're gonna avoid that thing right there. Who's our boss?
Thank you very much.
It's Zombie Elvis, back from the dead to ruin our fun. And bounce around. And that's it. 6 swings, we out-swinged Elvis. We want to stay on the left side here because there's a slight difference in the platform sizes, left and right. And that actually makes Garth land a little higher if we're on this side. Back to cutscenes. This one's probably one of my favorites. The king is toast. Long live the king. That wasn't the real Elvis. I saw the real Elvis picking chicken bones from the dumpster behind my dad's convenience store last Tuesday. I stand corrected. Speaking of Beeve Algar, here's the top 10 things he says. Hey kids, buy something or leave. Are you gonna read that magazine or buy it? Either way, you empty your pockets or you are banned from the store. Shouldn't you be in class? Eat your junk food outside the store. You're gonna buy that magazine. This isn't a library. Wayne's the coolest guy in the world. All the chicks dig Wayne big time. I wish I could be as cool as Wayne. Hi, my name is Beeve, and I'm a dweeb. Now here's another excellent scene from my movie. Am I in this scene? Yeah, right. And monkeys might fly out of my... Yes, officer? Is there something wrong? Have you seen this boy? You really were scared in that scene, weren't you? No way. Way. No way. Way. No way. Besides, you were practically blowing chunks when we were inside that video game. Remember when that purple blog sucked you into psychotic suburbia? I thought you were gonna hurl. No way. Way. No way. Way. No way. Alright, we're in the final labyrinth of the game. This is Psychotic Suburbia. We have these lovely trash cans to bounce off of, some sprinklers that we cannot destroy. Well, that's not true. You can actually destroy the sprinklers if you have the spread shot. There, that's the one use it has. They're not good though. Dodge that. There we go. The swing's not particularly useful in this stage. The final boss is immune to them, and it takes the same amount of damage from every hit. So it's the one stage where we don't really go out of our way to collect swings. We just use it there to kill that one guy holding a weird gizmo. I forget what it's called. Garth, do you remember what that's called? Oh right, I'm also Garth. The worst part of this stage is not the enemies. They're actually not terrible. The worst part of this stage is the lag. It is real bad. On top of that, they give you the laggiest power-up in the game, and it's the only one you get. And if you shoot it, it just slows things down anymore. I really wish I could remember the name. I'm sure it'll come to me. What? Sucking my will to live! Oh yeah, it's a suck cut guy. It sucks and it cuts. So that's the only one that's going to hit us like the entire stage with his vacuum attack. We can actually bounce over the other ones. Ah, this is running laggy. That air shot to catch that duck. Oh. Hit by the... Okay, we did not get hit by the mailbox. That's good. We need some extra health here. Little light on health. And that one always hits with this. Perfect. Almost done with this labyrinth. Actually, not incredibly long of a stage. There we go. That's the last obstacle. We're probably going to get hit here. Yep. That's why we always want to have at least 2 health going into the exit of a stage. We're coming up on the final boss fight here, but there are plenty of cutscenes afterwards at the end of the game. Mini boss! Game on! Green pixel on my lip, green pixel on my lip, green pixel on my lip. Party on, life finds a way. This is Xantar, the gelatinous cube. And of course, Garden. This is an auto-scroller of a fight. You can lose time by missing a cycle. If you want to revisit that pain, I lost world record at GDQ during this boss fight by missing a cycle. So, that's kind of how optimized the run is right now. But it's tricky. There's like only one attack that you really can't avoid. Oh, I almost missed that cycle. That's the cycle right there. Is the one you don't want to miss. It's so hard to like do without getting hit. It doesn't matter like how strong my attack is or how fast the shots are. All that matters is that I hit the eyeball before it disappears. I can hit it with my basic shot and it works just fine. So I think we're still good. Yeah, this is the final hit. You just want to dodge that and land that shot. There we go. So we still got quite a few minutes before it's time, but that is the final boss fight. We are very likely going to get one last hit here. Nope, we didn't. We did it! We saved Garth. Yay! And now it's cutscene time. He shoots, he scores! I really smoked that purple dweeb. Yeah, I'm glad you got me out of there. It was like the inside of a bowl of grape jello. It was real hot and sticky too. I felt bad. Turns out that Xantar, the gelatinous cube, had become alive inside the video game machine. I guess it sucked us inside to keep us from winning the game. Pursuing our geopolitical goals of world peace and stabilized international currency market. We're never playing video games again. That's the lesson. Unless we're in it. Enough said. Yeah, shoutouts to Gooby. Only thing missing in this game were some babes. This is a game with no babe fest. Here's the top 10 babes that we would have liked to have seen in the game. 10. Julia Roberts. Major Lippage. 9. Elle McPherson. She's a McBabe. She's a McFox. McSwing. 8. Josephine Baker. Josephine Baker was a babe in the 20s who, although a victim of the prevailing social mores of her native United States, became the toast of Paris, primarily known for her banana exotic dance. 7. Betty Rubble from the Flintstones. Even though she's a cartoon, she's still a fox. Bam Bam. 6. Farrah Fawcett. She redefined hairstyles for an entire generation of mall chicks. 5. Irene Ryan, who played Granny on the Beverly Hillbillies. We put her on as a sorbet to clear the palate. 4. Heather Locklear. Wow, major swing action. And if I may be so bold, number 3 on the list should be Garth's mom. I'm sorry, I know she's your mom, but she's a babe. Swing! Ew, cut it out. Number 2 is Kim Basinger. When I think about Kim Basinger, swing, because that's all they can say. Number 1 babe we would have liked to have seen in the game, Madonna. She's the queen of Babylonia. Her babitude is cruel and unusual, and I believe there's legislation pending to curb such dangerous levels of babosity. She's supremely babetitious. I should know. I'm a licensed babetician. She's excellent, and the beauty of it is, we've gone out. No way! Way? No way! Way. But babes aside, it's time for a recap of the top 10 worst video games we played at the arcade. 10. Regarding Henry the World video games. 9. Bix World of Goop. 8. Adventures of the Potato People, Where's Our Stuff? 7. Toxic Timmy's Nuclear Lob. 6. Sputnik the Bull Weevil. 5. Gord's Funtime Checkers. 4. Supersonic the Line Tick. 3. Toxic Timmy 2, I'll Waste You All. 2. Slav and Goober. And our number 1 worst video game this week is, in case you missed it, Xantar the Gelatinous Cube. Can I do another top 10 list now? Oh, sorry to hog the spotlight, my friend. The top 10 things that make you blow chunks are 10. Eating tuna, then doing push-ups. 9. The mystery meat they serve at the cafeteria. 8. Watching someone else blow chunks. 7. Having a big fat guy pop pimples on you. 6. Having a bump on your face that turns out to be a nest of baby spiders. 5. The safety films they show in Metal Shop. 4. Disco music. 3. Man's inhumanity to man. 2. Eating the mystery meat, then doing push-ups. And number 1, Beeve, because he's such a dweeb. Well, we're out of memory now. We hope you enjoyed our game. careful next time you're at the arcade. What happened to us could happen to you. Way, we're serious. Fished in. Sign of the fish. Get the net. Fished you right in. Caught him. Cleaned him. Fried him right up. Fished you right in. Wayne the Bassmaster. Time. So that was Wayne's World, presented by THQ and Gray Matter. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the run. I know I did. Thank you guys for having me. I know it's late. People need to sleep. We got another couple great days of License-a-thon coming up, so I appreciate you guys having me. Shout outs to you guys for all the support and helping get set up and everything. Thanks to all the runners for putting together a fun weekend here. So stay tuned. Enjoy the rest of the weekend.